Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a game between Fabiano Caruana and Maxime Verchier-Lagrave from France. This game was played in round 3 of Superbet Chess Classic in Romania. Let's quickly jump into the game. Fabi started with d4. He normally doesn't play d4, he's mostly e4 player, but on occasion he also plays d4, knight f6, c4, g6, and here Fabiano for the first time played really interesting move, h4. I mean for the first time in his career. Normally in this position he plays knight to c3, or maybe knight to f3, f3, g3, or bishop to g5 according to database, but he opted for this move h4, which was popularized by Grishchuk, and also Carlsen played this move and MVL himself, and he got MVL by surprise, I think, because he didn't play it before this game. So bishop to g7 was played, knight c3, castle e4, now d6. Like in King's Indian, we have to prevent white from playing e5, bishop to e2, c5, d5, b5, now we take a6 and a4. And note that this position is similar to Benko Gambit, with the difference that we have a pawn on h4. Benko Gambit opening can go like this: d4, knight f6, c4, and here c5, d5, b5, we take the pawn, a6, and we take another pawn. This is so-called Benko Gambit, but as you see, without the h4 move. So this position is now similar. MVL took the pawn, Fabi took with the bishop, of course not taking with the knight because he would lose this e4 pawn. So he took with the bishop, bishop a6, and in this position, in one of the game against Swidler, MVL played to move bishop to d6. Swidler replied with bishop takes b5, AB, knight, bd7, and white won that game. I mean, MVL won that game against Swidler quite beautifully. But in this case, Fabi opted to take the bishop on a6 and not play bishop to d2. Now knight takes, knight f3, queen to d7, castle, and here already very interesting move by MVL. Played queen to g4. Now I've been watching this game live, and Fabi took quite a lot of time to came up with this next move. He played rook to e1, but only after he saw that in this position he can play bishop to g5 move. If not bishop to g5, if in this position only e5 would be working, now we can take a rook takes and a rook f to d8. This would be quite unpleasant for white to deal with. So bishop g5 was very good move. And now in this position, MVL plays an inaccuracy. Knight h5, sorry. Here Fabi pointed out that he could play h6. Now here is very important line that we can take like this, and if bishop takes, now we play e5, and after e5, of course with taking with the bishop wouldn't be that good because we can play like this. So he should have taken with the pawn, but now we can play rook to e4, queen f5, and queen to e2. And Fabi said in post-match interview that he would be quite pleased with this position. Also, another way here is we can take with a pawn. But now knight b5 is really strong. We attack this pawn, rook f to d8 must be played, and rook to c1. And after f5, rook c4, we take on e4, rook c to e4, queen f5, and queen to b3. And white is again a little bit better. But Maxime played this move, and I was watching live stream, and I just said to myself, why just not take this pawn? So where's the trick? So, and actually there wasn't any trick, and Fabi took on e7, which is also the best move. So MVL plan was maybe to go for a checkmate here. But now very simple move, g3 solves everything. Now in this position, MVL played rook f to e8. But as Fabi mentioned that maybe he should have tried with knight b to d3. But after, and in this position, black would be very okay, if not for this knight to g5 move, because now queen can take on d1, rook takes, knight b2. Now we can take rook on f8, and after king takes, we have this nice move, knight to b5. Let's say if he goes here, we can play rook e3, knight takes, and we can take the knight. And in this position, white is better and winning. But as I said, MVL played this rook f to e8. Now bishop takes d6, the second pawn, a knight f to d3, rook e3, rook was under attack, so this is good place for a rook. And after MVL took on b2, Fabi found really nice move, queen to b3. Here, notice that queen to e2 is a little bit tricky, because bishop can take on c3, rook takes, now knight takes on a4, we can play rook to e3, knight c3, and queen to e1. And it's a little bit tricky to play this position. Knight to b5 can follow to attack this bishop, and if we take knight to c2, yeah, it's quite tricky. So queen to e2 wouldn't be the best move. So Fabi went for this, queen to b3, knight to d3 was played. Now e5, very good move in this position, and now f5. Of course, also quite good defensive moves. Of course, we don't want to take en passant, because we would just black would just take here, and yeah, knight would hang. So after f5, Fabi played knight to h2, and now in this position, MVL played queen to h3, and after knight to e2, actually he resigned. So okay, here also is one very interesting line Fabi pointed out in post-match interview, that instead queen to h3, maybe he should have tried with queen to d4. Fabi said that he would first repeat like this, and after queen to d4, we can play rook here to d1. Now here is very nice line after c4, queen is under attack, but now we just take the knight, and because after if black takes like this, he also loses a queen. So after we take the knight, then queen takes a rook on e3. Now f e3, knight takes b4, bishop takes, and bishop takes e5. But Fabi said that he wasn't unsure about this position, and maybe black still has some drawing chances. And yes, also in this position, let's say if we take here, rook e5, d6, king h8, rook takes, bishop b4. Here is a little bit tricky mistake. If we take this knight here, we should continue like this. This would be possible. Yes, I mean, I'm speaking about this line here. If not to knight to e2, that Fabi calculated. Yes, this bishop takes c5. This is the line I'm talking about. d6, king h8, rook takes, bishop takes. And if we take here the knight, this will be a small trap, because now black can take here, and actually black is winning. If we take the bishop, then queen g3, king h1, and knight to f2 would be played. So very interesting game by Fabi. Nice miniature. Also, he said that, yeah, probably MVL wasn't in his best shape, but again, very interesting round. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.